जय जयकार हो।
ऐसे ही
असीम जय जयकार हो। दादा भगवान ना असीम जय जयकार हो। दादा भगवान ना असीम जय जयकार हो।
just see our Gnani putting what was that over? Okay. Okay, over.
असीम जय जयकार हो।
Over? Yeah. Okay, good.
असीम जय जयकार हो। असीम जय जयकार हो। राधा भगवान ना 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 असीम जय जयकार हो। दादा भगवान ना असीम जय जयकार हो। राधा भगवान ना असीम जय जयकार हो। दादा भगवान ना असीम जय जयकार हो। राधा 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 भगवान ना असीम जय जयकार हो।
So the morning celebrations, the welcome ceremony has just finished, and now on we begin. Please turn off your cell phones, Mahatmas. Now we are starting our satsang. If you have any questions, please write down your questions, and we will address them. Just routine instructions. You will be given a microphone when your turn comes. keep your microphone near your mouth as if you are sucking an ice cream so that we can hear clearly. There is a Hindi translation going on, and also and yes, apparently there is no English translation mentioned. All right, now let's go. As we see our Gnani Purush Dadashri all ready to energize our current Gnani and all of us to receive the words of liberation as they are, as they are. And it is 8:45 on the 23rd of November in Bhavnagar, India, 2012, in the evening. And we will have at least 1 hour and 15 minutes of satsang as Puja Deepakbhai begins. Jai Satchidanand. I bow to the Absolute Self who resides within all of you with a total sense of oneness and intense deep devotions. Jai Satchidanand. Great Janmajayanti. This is a glorious occasion, and the children did a magnificent job of welcoming the world. We'll get this 5 days, this benefit of these 5 days, and there will be a tremendous increase in the energy of Gnan, G capital, of the self as capital. Whatever the ego and the ignorance was there, rag, dvesh, illusory attachment, anger, greed, deceit, pride, what was all of that was happening in the worldly interaction, all of that is, we will get out of all of that, and we will move forward in the Purusharth, progress as the S capital self. And we are very grateful for this event. This is a great event, an opportunity. Dadashri says, I myself was an Agnani, without any knowledge. If you learn to be a surgeon, then you can do the surgery for a patient. That is the knowledge of the surgeon. And if you know how to do woodwork, then you have the knowledge of woodworking and carpentry. And then there is another kind of knowledge which absolutely insulates you and prevents you from any effect of this world. And we can see the circumstances, and we can see the interaction of elements, and we can be perfectly still in the S capital self, the immortal S capital self, in every occasion of life. But this is the discovery of the Gnani Purush Dadashri. He did everything. He tried to understand it in all aspects of his own life, and then found out the knowledge behind it, and he prepared it cash for us, and he gave it to us without any efforts on our part. And it is such knowledge that it makes us totally free from our own confusions, even in matters of money, or in interactions with wife and husband and companions, or with children, or everywhere, along with his interaction with his business partner, everywhere and he became pure in worldly interactions as well as throughout his life he never had any negative feeling. We just lost the signal again. So let's see what happens now. Okay, now again.
It comes back.
Okay. Oh. Yes. We just have to remain in these worldly interactions, and we too we can become absolutely free from any effects of the worldly interactions. And how we too can we can so, and this is applicable at all levels. And the main key, there are so many beautiful talks in the Charan Vidhi. He's talking about there are so many beautiful keys, but the main key he was going to talk about the main key, and we lost the signal. But the main key is, and the moment you apply any of the sentences in the Charan Vidhi, you become free from wrong beliefs and the ego complex and that arises out of the wrong beliefs that I am over. So we have to apply this knowledge sentences in our applied awareness. In the book of money and in the book of husband-wife relationships, his own experiences are written. The greatest thing is that he became the S capital self, and he finished his account with his children, with his wife, with his friends, with his business partner, with everyone, by remaining absolutely in as the S capital self. He never he remained, and it prevailed within him at all times, and he has given us the same key, that we remain in the applied awareness of the S capital self, the reine seele, the pure soul. And then Dadashri says that I do, even in this satsang, I play the role of the Gnani. But he would get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, get ready on that day. All kinds of vidhis are going on, people are he's getting dressed. In Mamanipur, small room, and on the day of Janmajayanti, there will be a line of people coming in from, and so they would all come and get his blessings one by one in that little room in Mamanipur in Vadodara. And then they will take him out on a Shobha Yatra, on a procession, so that the people of the world, people of the city can see him. And especially in the last years of his life, what compassion that he was so sick. Even then he says, let us go on. And he says that take the longer road, he told the driver to take the larger route so that more people can have his darshan. He says, the incense stick turns into ashes, but it spreads the fragrance. The incense stick, as it burns, turns into ashes, but it leaves a fragrance for the world. And that is how the Gnani's body is. And he, on that last Janmajayanti of the Gnani, he got up early. He was very sick. Dada would say, Dada, Dada would always be late, about the 8 to 8:30, because people will be holding him up with their vidhis in their room. He says, Dada Shri says, I will never become late from here. But and then a very few after the last Janmajayanti in 1987, November 1987, then Dada passed away in January of 88. At that time, in this last few months, he gave out these magnificent satsangs of I, the middleman, and Mangaldas. Hu, Bhavo, and Mangaldas. I, the Kashai complex, and the peripheral body. Even until the last minute, he was talking in satsang only. On the day before, he would, satsang will continue from morning till evening till late in the night. And Dada Shri says, the night before the Janmajayanti celebration, the last one, Dada says, you people will all go to bed, but I'll have to remain awake the whole night doing the vidhi. Yes. On the Janmajayanti day, the whole night he will not sleep. He says, when I go out into this procession, I do darshan of all the Mahatmas. So because when I go out, people who are not into Akram Vignan or Dada will say, why is he all decorated and what he calls himself a god and who the hell is he, etc. So people will have negative intentions. Wow. So in advance, I will do the prayer to the pure soul of all of these strangers in advance so that they will not have any negative. Let them all attain salvation. Let them all attain liberation. And today also, and even now, is people, thousands of people come and say, yes, I saw this Gnani Purush, I saw Dada. At that time, I did not know what was going on. But you see, whoever Dada saw in those processions, and they are now getting Gnan. Dada's vision had fallen on them at that time. Now people are clapping over there, everybody clapping. Okay, so people, even if they saw the back side of Dada, saw his coat, saw his topi only, saw his cap, black cap only, they come in. Dada Shri says, our Parmanu, our subatomic particles are of such a high level, high order, that they have phenomenal effect on the world. Our subatomic particles can liberate the entire world. He says, this link to me can be attained only if you have the merit karma of millions of previous lives, then only you can come to know me, says Dada. But now that we have attained Dada, we need to be careful that people of the world do not have their intentions or bhav spoiled towards Dada. They must not have any negative feelings towards our Gnani Purush. So by the time Dada might be late, in this is 77, 78, 79, he will reach around 11 o'clock in the morning. He had gotten up at 4 o'clock in the morning. And then Dada would look at each and every Mahatma who was there, look at him. And then the Mahatma will put a garland of flower around on his neck, and Dada would lift it up and put it back on the neck of the Mahatma. And then he will give his blessings and say, go ahead, the next one. The whole day, the line. And Dada is Vitarag. Niruma would give a special har that you see this. And if Niruma would give a very special garland for Dada, Dada will keep it aside, and then whoever has become worthy of that, Dada will give that very special garland which was received from Niruma to somebody who is very worthy, a Mahatma who has become very worthy of the grace of Dada, a special Mahatma. Dada has not slept the night before, then got up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and then he got ready, and then till 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the evening this has been going on. But he is Vitarag. But we would think, but then we would feel that, oh, so many people. But Dada says, not for that man. It is the exclusive darshan, is it not? It is his first darshan of the Gnani. If you can get the darshan of the Gnani, that is fine. You see, so now, so this is the darshan of the Gnani. It is the darshan of the Gnani is invaluable. There is no value that can be placed on it. Dadashri says, Dadashri says that on that day of Janmajayanti, Guru Purnima and Diwali, whatever level we have reached, I can give that full vision to the person who comes to do my darshan. I can grant him. He would not even rest. He would not take the support on the back of the chair. He would lean forward, old gentleman, leaning forward, sitting without any support. He says, and he would be totally as the absolute self on that day. So the state of the Gnani, this is, and then this, so that it is associated with the bhavna, the intention that may millions and millions and millions attain liberation. And so that how can they attain this? So then, how is this world running? Who is the doer of this world? And then it manifests within him completely, and then he shared it with the world. And then he gave also that even women can attain knowledge of the self and liberation. Before that, the prevailing belief was that it was an exclusive right of men only and not women. Yes. Yes. Then he taught us all that there may be thefts and there may be all kinds of problems, but remain vitarag, remain absolutely free of kashais, of rag dvesh. He says, he said that it is the greatest thing to remain with a companion and yet be remain vitarag, to have a female or a male companion or a wife or a husband and yet remain vitarag. This is for to the moksha as a householder, as a family person, is an amazing achievement. No matter how much kirtan bhakti you do of the Gnani Purush, it is not enough. This is amazing. By this devoted singing of Dada, singing his praises, etc., you keep on rising within. He is only just 4 degrees less than the fully enlightened one. Out of 360 degrees, he is only lacking 4 degrees. Where shall we keep him? He is not, is neither a Tirthankar nor an Acharya, is the absolute head of the spiritually liberated people, but even higher than that. But no, but not completely quite at a fully enlightened Tirthankar. And so such a person, whatever he speaks, is Deshna only, is a liberating speech only. And his darshan is vitarag, he just liberates you through his vision. Even if somebody had accidentally touched Dada, he will get liberated. Even if he has fought with Dada, he will get liberated. Even if he has outrightly opposed Dada, if he has not done Aradhana but he has done Viradhana, in other words, he has been totally oppositional to Dada, he will get liberated. If he just uses the word Da, D-A-D-A, Dada, he will get liberated. Some Yes, if somebody, people, in those days there was the Akram Vignan magazine or the Aptavanis, and some people received those Aptavani books. They didn't like it and they gave it to recycling, and the recycler in the recycler read it, and whoever read it in recycling, he get liberated. So the books never got destroyed. The person who received it might throw it away, but whoever picked it up, he gets liberated. So we just need to go by the same steps that Dadashri took, that's all. The steps that he took, we take those steps and we will also become completely liberated. And that is the path that we have received. And then we also have received the total clarity of the entire path too, through his grace. Dadashri says, when we do the Aarti of Dada, Dadashri used to say that this is, you are not doing Dada Aarti of Ambalal or A.M. Patel. You are not doing the Aarti of the Gnani Purush, you are doing the Aarti of the fully enlightened absolute self within, the Paramatma within Dada, the Dada Bhagwan. And it reaches the entire universe by doing such an Aarati. So even if when you look at the little children also, because all the married people, all, because all the married couples, Mahatmas who say that our children who sing Dada Bhagwan Asim Ji Jekar Ho, once they do Dada Bhagwan Asim Ji Jekar Ho, their behavior has changed, their conduct has changed, they become Dada Bhagwan. The child does not understand Dada Bhagwan Asim Ji Jekar Ho, yet when the child sings this Dada Bhagwan Asim Ji Jekar Ho, there are miracles happening within. And all the if the child is disturbed, it goes away. Even an adult, when he is disturbed, if he just say Dada 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 help me, then his problem goes away. Dada Shri says that I do not receive this letter from you. I just send it forward to Dada Bhagwan, the Lord of the 14 universe that is manifest within. So all these vidhis that we do, and so this Vidhi Dada, the entire Charan Vidhi is not for any external person. It is for your own absolute self within you. And that is why we can feel this magnificent bliss. And our knowledge of the S capital self increases. And the junk is flowing away. All the trash is being taken away. So this is the absolutely unique nature of this satsang. So this has not happened in this world at all. Then this is very difficult. Even the saints are yearning to attain this. Even they are striving to attain this. There will be a lot of Atma Gnanis, people who have received this Gnan, but the Gnani Purush is a rare one. And this such a Gnani Purush of Akram Vignan has come about in this time of Kali Yuga and will liberate millions of people. And he will only rest after each and every soul is liberated. This was his deep intention. And he said that this work of salvation is not going to stop, and we can see that it has multiplied by in dimensions and in ways beyond our imagination. So now he is taking some questions. We just need to have only one bhavna, one intention, that the bliss that I have attained, may the world attain it. Let no one be hurt through this. If anyone gets hurt through my mind, speech, or body, please, I need to be extra awakened, aware of that hurt, and to become free from it. Dadashri says that now that you have come into Akram Vignan, you are trapped. You cannot go back now to the world. You will have to go to moksha only. There is no other way. You have to go for liberation only. My screen is frozen. Okay, well, let's see. So we've lost a video signal here, my friends. This is a live relay in English and in German of the ongoing Janmajayanti celebrations that have just begun about an hour and a half ago in Bhavnagar, India. In Gujarat, Bhavnagar, India. This is the 105th anniversary, and today's date is the 23rd of November 2012. I am not getting a signal here. So let's see what happens here. Let me refresh it, and hopefully we will have a signal. Alright, and let's... Deepakbhai's image is frozen. Operation could not be completed. Let's try again. Loading. Yes. If if you want, if you see, if you have made one line, if you have drawn one line of 1 inch, if you want to, if you want to uh, make it shorter, do you have to cut that line off? No, just draw another line which is longer, so then this first line will become smaller than the first. So you never block anyone, you never contradict anyone. Whoever is, wherever he is, let him be. Uh, so akram means, akram means no negativity. There, you know, whatever is happening, do not disturb that person. Listen, somebody must have asked a question about, I don't like this or something, what should I do? He said, he says, we are in Kali Yuga. So we missed the question, but the answer is that, you know, in Kali Yuga there is only the wrong intellect, and if something wrong happens, make sure that the human being is not disturbed. You see, it is the wrong understanding that creates the conflicts. So, but you know, just flow. Do not enter into conflict. Try to see the positive in it. And Akram Vignan means only the positive. Do not disturb. If it is good, appreciate it, but do not have your vision towards anything that is negative. No. If the little children are misbehaving and making noise, try, don't tell them to stop fighting. All just teach them Dada Bhagwan Nasim Jai Jaikar Ho. Teach them something, some beautiful lines of Dada Bhagwan Nasim Jai Jaikar Ho, and all of a sudden they will forget mischief. So we do not tell people how to stop negative behavior. We just we move with the right understanding only, and the right understanding, once it gets established within that person, the wrong action and behavior will automatically stop. Next question. Next question. Balubhai. So now, is it true that the absolute self takes another birth? No, the last avatar means the one who has only 2 or 3 more lives left, nothing else. Avatar. One becomes the absolute self, that is the, after self realization, one becomes the absolute self, and that is the final state. And the people will say that he's a Paramatma, he's a perfect God, he's a God. But those with the intentions of salvation of the world, they have 2 or 3 more lives left, and in that process they will keep on getting birth. But the absolute self does not take any more birth, and they attain the final liberation through nirvana and become siddha. Is Gita correct? Is the Yes, Gita is very correct. Yes, it is so true what is written in the Gita by Lord Krishna. Said, but if you have yellow glasses, then you see, you will not see it as it is. Yeah. Or if you got thick glasses, you will not be able to see fine things. When you don't, but until you, yeah. So because you see, but when you this Gnan is the vision without yellow glasses. And so if you read the Gita without the yellow glasses, you will see it as it is and understand it as it is. And Gita has got the worldly solutions as well as solutions of liberation. So the Gita is a complete book, and one can attain the absolute eternal self. And Lord Krishna did the same, became this as absolute self, and gave the message. There are many other things you have written, but you do not need to be saying that, you know, please do not give my name, so that the people don't, you know, some people say do not identify me. Just why never? Do not be afraid. Just ask your questions freely. Some people are afraid of being on TV or yes, yes. Just give. Yeah. Next one. There are two more questions. Questioners announced. Babu Bhai and Arvind Bhai from different villages in Gujarat, and we just lost signal, so it will keep coming back automatically. So I have learnt not to touch the screen. Jai Sachidanand is reading the question now. The gentleman. There are some people worshipping and they are doing worshipping their fathers, and they are doing activities, and the Maharaj, the Brahmin priest, is doing ceremonies so that their great grandfathers who have died will get moksha. Does that happen? No, Deepakbhai says only by doing all of these kriyas, the activities through the Brahmins for the liberation of their forefathers, that doesn't work. Only through self-realization is moksha possible. The one who has become self-realized and who has attained the self, like the Mahatmas, even if some does some negative, in India there is a lot of negative kind of kriyas also done through rituals, like we call evil activity through rituals, so that, but he says no evil activity through mantras and tantric stuff will affect the one who has become the S capital self in the Gnan Vidhi. But you see this, but this is okay, this is fine for homes in India where people have become too involved in worldly activities, and they are kind of caught up in the illusory attachment of the world, and so then the Brahmin priests come and do all of these ritual activities to kind of create some degree of auspicious and positive energy, positive versus negative. So positive energy is established so that at least they are not playing cards or gambling, etc. You see, so at least it creates a good environment. It is helpful, but it will not create liberation. Moha, illusory attachment, it is like drinking wine. You see, now with the person who has taken a full bottle of wine, will he not talk differently as if he is like a king? He will talk as if he is a king. But the people of the world are drinking the wine of ignorance. People of the world are continuously consuming the wine of ignorance, and therefore they are totally in stupor. Uh, uh, yes, over. Over.
Is that Siddharth?
Okay,
Are you back?
Yes, I'm back.
I lost you. Okay.
Yes, okay. And so these are all nimitz. You see, these are all nimitz who kind of move the world from the negative wine and the stupor and the ignorance of the wine of illusory attachment to the wine of ignorance to the awakened state. But they don't move them to the awakened state, they move away from the negative to the positive only, so that they will move ultimately towards a higher goal. So really those parents who have departed, grandfathers and fathers and mothers who have gone, it does not, your doing anything in this world does not really help them in their progress towards liberation. Next question. I do not want to become angry, but still anger happens. I don't like it. No, you don't like it, right? I also regret it afterwards. But it happens. You see, anger happens. You see, you see, you see, you see. So now, suppose when you vomit something, do you really want to vomit? The vomit comes out, is it not? In the same way, once it comes out, you have to wash off the vomit on the table or wherever. In the same way, you have to do the pratikraman. Pratikraman is to wash it all off. Because this is he really doing the wrong thing or not? That is our awareness. The person should, file one should follow us, should he not? But you see, why do you become angry? Because other people do not follow what you want to do. Your willfulness comes in. The ego of willfulness is there. Who are you getting angry? File 2. Because you cannot do what you want to do, you become angry. If you do not have any control over your mind, your speech, or your own body, how can you expect the other person to behave in a certain way? So why should you become willful, and why should you want the other person to do what you want to do? You see, now, but if you tell the other person, give him that the light of understanding of with humility, and if you know how to really share the knowledge with him, not of share the understanding, then everything will happen beautifully. But what happens if when I do pratikraman, but if some pratikramans are not done and some karma are left, will I have to come back again next life? Deepakbhai says that if you have done the complete pratikraman, then all the accounts are fulfilled, are closed. Therefore, then nothing. You don't need to come back. If you have taken some money yesterday, do you not remember it that you have taken some money or given some money today? So this, all of this, whatever you remember, is the account of attachment and abhorrence, and unwashed accounts of attachment and abhorrence will carry with you in your next life. So you might as well finish it in this life through pratikraman. If you come up to the level of 345 degrees, then it will not come with you. But if you are below 345 degrees, then it will come with you. This is a new answer he is giving. 345 is considered a Gnani, Atma Gnani. But if your opinion changes in this life that, I do not want to hurt anyone through mind, speech and body, then nothing comes with you. You see, your opinion has changed completely. It helps you completely wash off the rag, dvesh, or the attachment aversion. So then what you have to do is, supposing you become angry with someone, then you have to tell file 1 to do pratikraman. You have to do the pratikraman, invoke the pure soul of the other person. Oh dear pure soul, what I did was very wrong. I'm very sorry for it. Please grant me the energy never to do it again. And if it is possible, if it is possible for you, just go and apologize openly to that person and say, my friend, please forgive me. It was not my intention to do so. He says, many times I do it openly. I go to him and say yes. And also then make a firm decision that I do not want to do this again. Next one. Next question. This lifespan karma that we have is whatever our lifespan is limited, is it not? It is fixed. Deepakbhai says that if you become angry, if you have rag dvesh, then your lifespan will decrease, and if you are in harmony, then your lifespan will increase. Your lifespan will increase. So all the 8 types of obstructing karma, all the 8 types of dravya karma, the yellow glasses karma, you're constantly stressed out by saying, my son is not studying, my wife is not doing what she needs to do, she's not paying attention, my partner is this way, so blaming others. But really, what is health karma? How can I build up health karma? Why do people become ill? Why do people sick? There is such a, when you hurt others, then when you hurt others, disease enters your body, and when you help others, disease leaves your body. It's simple. When you eat something very good, and then when you enjoy all the fried foods, then you've taken the pleasure from the food, and you eat it with total absorption, and then you've taken a loan from the bank of the body, and the repayment of all of that fatty food, etc., will have to be done. So the body will become diseased and take its toll on you. So pain will come from the pleasure that was derived from food that was eaten indiscriminately, without thinking properly for what is good for the body and what is not good for the body. You see? So in other words, when you take pleasure from the body, and so the ego is like that, that I'll eat this thing. You see, if the ego hurts other human beings, then the body will get a lot of suffering. The ego will get the suffering. So by hurting others, by hurting others, the subatomic particles of ashata vedni, pain particles, enter the body. And if intense hurt given to others results in intense hurt to the small SCLF as a consequence. So now we have the new mantra: through this mind, speech, and body, let me not hurt any living being of this earth. And so with that, the mind, speech, and body will become free from any disease. And then you will become continuously in happiness in the relative and in bliss at the self. Next one. Rainy day. He's speaking a very low sound. You see, I was walking in the rain, and there was lots of mud and weather, and I accidentally stepped on a little puppy, a little puppy dog, and the baby dog died. Don't worry about it. Deepakbhai says, just go ahead and send pure signals to the pure soul of that, and send blessings to the pure soul of the puppy that died under your feet. So when I came out, the dog was disturbing a little kitten. So I picked up the little kitten, little baby cat, and give it some comfort. So then the children said, "Shall we take the little baby cat kitten to the new home?" But then I found out that the baby, because the baby little baby cat, the kitten, was not health. So then, but I did not. I just had satsang with Neruma. I had not taken Gnan, but I had heard about Ich bin reine Seele. I'm pure soul. I'm pure soul. So Deepak Bhai says, you just do your best, and then you do the best, and then if the case gets spoiled, then you can't do much. Next question. Initially, after the Gnan Vidhi, the Ich bin reine Seele was constant, but now it's not so. Have you taken Gnan? Yes. Oh, somebody has passed away for this woman. So you just say, not mine, not mine, not mine, and send positive energies to the pure soul of the son who has died. I cannot say that he is not mine. My son who has died, I cannot say that he is not mine. I cannot say it mine. It's not exact. Just start saying not mine, and then it will become exact, says Deepakbhai. How can I get how can I ask for the exact Shaktis from Dada? Just when when you are in Kashais, then you lose your energies, but when you try to rise above Kashais by being in the five agnas of the Gnani and also asking for the Shaktis for not wanting to hurt anyone, that the energies will come. Whenever you visualize Dada and then ask for the Shaktis, energies, then the energies will come. Never doubt that what if I don't get the energies. Your work is to do the work and then the result will come. You should not be. Yes, in other words, I keep on remembering my son. Is it because of my illusory attachment to him? Yes, that was your moha, that was your rag for your son. And it will come for a while, but I don't know whether it is her son or her husband. I missed the point there, but it doesn't matter. A relative of hers has passed away. So just look at the pure soul and then the bodies. Keep the separation. But so now and then, whenever he comes in your memory, then you just split it. You need to melt away your illusory attachment, your stickiness to this. You need to melt away your moha, the illusory attachment. They just say, and it is not your moha, it is Raksha's moha, it is Uva's moha, it is Nada's moha. The illusion doesn't belong to you anymore. Next one. Little child, boy, Jai Sachidanand, he says, what does mean Asim when we say Asim Jai? What does Asim mean when we say Dada Bhagwan Asim Jai? What is Asim? What is the meaning of Asim? Asim means, now Deepakbhai is described. Does this hall not have curtains? So that is called, that means this hall is bound by this many curtains. But outside there is another wall. Outside there is a hall. Asim means without any boundaries. Asim Jajekar. Sima means boundary and Asim means no boundary. So boundless glory. So when you go from the room, it goes to the ground, it grows to the ground, it goes to from the. So Dada Bhagwan, Asim Jajekar. So let them be so many Jajekar of Dada. Jai Sachidanand, says the little one. Are you doing this? Are you singing the Asim Jajekar ho? Do you get Anand? Yes, he says yes. I get bliss. Okay, now Parth. Next, another boy, another young man. I sometimes tell lies. I have not got received Gnani, he says. Can you do Pratikraman? When you tell a lie, you have to do Pratikraman. Oh dear pure soul, give me. I do Dada Bhagwan Asim Jajekar ho. That's very good. Don't you think you have to do Pratikraman when you tell a lie? Yes. You see, if you write 32 instead of 25, do you not rub off one word letter and then write it before it? In other words, don't you make, when you're writing something, do you not use your eraser to write the wrong words, that you have written the wrong words, and then write the right words correctly? Say next one is Murlidhar. Pujyashri, the revered one. I have a lot of moha. You maybe on some girl, right? You love a girl. No. If you, it is not your rightful. It is unhak. In other words, you are not qualified to do that right now. You see. Yes, supposing you take something that doesn't belong to you, Deepakbhai is warning this young man not to get into sexuality. Essentially, you see, if you look at another girl, you see, if you should, and you are attracted to her, just ask for forgiveness from the pure soul within that girl. Every day 10 minutes. Apparently Deepakbhai caught him. He says, I have a lot of moha, illusory attachment. But and then Deepakbhai immediately caught and said, aha, must be some young girl, right? And then the second alochana, second confession from this boy is that I must have beaten up a lot of my fellow students. I gathered them together and I beat them up. Deepakbhai says, no, how can you become free by hurting other human beings? Do you think you can become happy by hurting other human beings? No, he says, no, I can. So now are you better now? He says, now I'm repenting, and yes, it is getting less now. Next is Samir Mehta. In the latest Dadavani, this Ladavani of October is to get deceived deliberately. Liberation through allowing others to letting you deceive deliberately, to get deceived deliberately. No. No, if somebody cheats you and if you tell that I let him cheat me deliberately, then you have entered into the sweet juice of doership. If somebody demands 40 rupees from you when it is only worth 25 rupees, then you see when you give 40 rupees, but then later on, to fight for the 15 rupees that he's asking extra, you are entering into kashais. Instead, just let it go. If he wants 40, just give it to him if you can afford it. But other people, will not let even 5 rupees go. They will bargain so much, they will fight with the shopkeeper. No, you're not going to get the money. I can get it cheaper elsewhere, etc. The other people are charging. But we do it the other way around. We try to pay less money than what it is worth. We fight with the person who is selling it. This is where we need to apply the right understanding. If somebody is lying to you, you should not say, hey, you are lying to me. You just know that he is lying, and move on. If somebody is telling you untruth, know that he is telling the untruth. Don't confront that person. There's a beautiful Dadavani of November 2012 on getting deceived deliberately. You see, he will only cheat over. Do you think he will cheat the S capital self ever? No. So let him cheat over and be done with it. See, this is it. Nobody can cheat the S capital self. Nobody can deceive the S capital self. So then why should you be worried? Why should you be extra vigilant? Why should you lose your sleep over this person will do something bad, this person will, let it happen. You see, if you are hyper vigilant, if you are extra vigilant, extra aware in the relative world, you will miss out your liberation. Have you read the Dadavani? There is a lot of material in it. It's very beautiful. Next one, Samir Mehta. Jai Sachidanand Deepakbhai. I have taken this Gnan, but in Vedanta there are some conflicts. I have the separation. I understand that Samir Mehta is a file and I am pure soul. But the mind, the mind is telling me to go on the path of Vedanta. I do not want to. So I kind of miss out the awareness when the mind is fighting me. If you really want to know, there are 14 Aptavani, studies them. Why are you going after Vedanta, the old text of Vedanta? Yeah, come to any of the Parayans and you'll see the beauty of the knowledge of Gnani Purush Dadashri. And there is a Parayan coming up in December, which is the ongoing Parayan of Aptavani 8, and you will get the total understanding of what Dadashri is talking about Vedanta and all the various relative religions of the world. Read the 13th and Aptamani 13th and 14th, and you will absolutely fly high. See? You will understand the nature of the ego, the intellect, the chit, the mind, and you will become free from it. This is worth reading with interest. These Aptavani, these 14 Aptavanis that are available to you. The Vedanta only says not this, not this. The ultimate final bottom line of Vedanta is the this is not this, not this, but it does not tell you what is what is. You see? Vedanta only describes the Prakruti, the non-self, till the final end, but does not tell you about the S capital self in precision, and it does not give you the experience of the S capital self as it is meant to be given. I understand, I have that experience, the man says, but now just understand why you should be reading Vedanta when you have so much other. It is my old studies, Deepakbhai, that is bothering me. Do you have to go and teach Vedanta, or do you have to go and do the Vedanta activities like the Brahmins do? Forget it all. Just let it go. It is the mind that is exhausting only. My friends are the file one. He likes reading Vedanta. So then read it as a file. Let file one do the reading, but you be aware of the one who is reading it. You just say, okay. You can say, okay, Samir, read this Vedanta. Now let me see. What are you saying? This thing. Tell me. Then you have to tell him, you're reading this much. Where is the matter of the S capital self here in the here? So far you've read. Do you want to read this book and waste your time, or do you want to read the Aptavani and go move forward? This is it. Very beautiful. This is see now. In other words, become deceived. Let Samir get deceived. And tell. But you do not get deceived. You capital, the S capital should not get deceived. You need to remain awakened and aware. So you need to be there for Uva and Samir and Nada. So I feel that I feel that Akram Vignan is very simple. Akram Vignan is so simple and so easy. You did not have any worldly interaction knowledge, and you did not have any knowledge of the S capital self, and yet in an instant you became the pure soul. How simple it can be. You have been given $1 million diamond, but if you just do not hold it properly, then it will get lost, will it not? Now you really, if I feel like I have attended everything, but I know everything, he says. He says, now you need to attend the shibirs, the advanced level retreats now, the Deepakbhai is telling him. He says, I feel Dada is the only one who has experienced the S capital self in its total glory, and therefore I need to stick here. He agrees with Deepakbhai. Next one. Two more gentlemen announced. Gentlemen. Mansarovar is a lake in Tibet. It is a lake Tibet. Are you speak? He's talking about Mansarovar. That is a holy lake of the Hindus. Those are the Shiva. Mansarovar. Mansarovar is also, Man means pride, and the lake of pride is also there is a physical lake in Tibet, and then there is also the lake of pride. You see, the moment they say hello, welcome, Nada, where were you? I miss you, and so immediately the lake of pride gets stirred up. You see, the pride gets stirred up, and it makes you move away from who you really are. You see, and then in the Mansarovar, this is now describing In the lake of pride, there are these white swans, white beautiful swans that they can. It is a mythological thing that can separate milk from water. So, in other words, separate Gnan from Agnan, Ugnan, Agnan, that which is ignorance from knowledge. You see, so this. So Mansarovar is this world of pride only, and the lake of pride. You see, now he's a Kathiawadi. He's got a special cap on his head, and there was a. He says, a little boy came to me and he smiled at me and he talked to me, but next time I look at him, he's not talking to me and not looking at me. Then will I not get upset? The little boy said, that is Mansarovar, the huge lake of pride. You see, the ego cannot stand, Who I will say, Shuddha was talking to me so beautifully before, but now he is not neglecting me. That is the lake of pride, you see, and against that is the awakened awareness of the S capital self. Shiv, see, and Shiv and Jiv. So it's Mansarovar, and this is the holy lake in Tibet where where Lord Shiva, the mountain, Kailas mountain, Ram is there, and Shiv means the S capital self, and Jiv means the worldly self who is going to die. Shankar means Shankar means to join together. The one who unites the S capital self, unites the S capital. That's the other name for Shankar or Shiva or the S capital self. You see, all various terminology for Lord Shiva, which is the absolute self only within. If somebody says something negative to you, and if you reply in kind, say the same things back to him, then you are no longer human, are you? You are not a human being. You have moved away from your humanity. No, somebody might hurt you tremendously and upset you tremendously, but if you remain in equanimity, then you are a Shiva. You are the equanimitous one. You are the absolute one. But the people have this vision that Lord Krishna was sitting and somebody hurt him through an arrow, mistaking him for to be a deer, and Krishna died looking for water. But no, did Krishna die or the body die? And then the Lord Shiva, the one who swallows all the poisons of the world. The world gives all kinds of poisons through mind, speech, and body in the worldly interactions, and the one who swallows them without throwing it back, such a person is a Shiva or the absolute self. Vajubhai Vaghela is the next one. Is he here? Next one, Mr. Gandhi from Mahua. Speak up, sir. Jai Sachidanand. What is the difference between S capital self and absolute self, S capital self, Atma and Paramatma? Atma so Paramatma. All this literature, scripture says that the self verily is the absolute self. There is a Jivatma, the worldly self, and then the externalized self, and then there is the interim self, which is the pure soul, and then the pure soul then becomes the absolute self as the remaining veils of karma are removed. The yellow glasses are removed. As long as there is the awareness that I am this body and I am doing it, then you are a Jivatma, you are a living body. And then you become the interim self, which means I am the pure soul and this body is separate from me, and that then with that awareness, rising awareness, one becomes the absolute self, Paramatma. Paramatma is not bigger than the Atma, The absolute self is not bigger than the pure soul. It is only it is the increasing energy of the knowing and the seeing of the self that makes one the Paramatma, the absolute self. Is there the absolute self within? If the absolute self, the pure self, resides within a person, why does he kill another human being? Why does he become a murderer? If there is a businessman and he's sitting, and along with his friends he drinks a bottle of wine, couple of bottles of wine, then he will start saying that I am the chancellor of Germany, or I am the king of Germany. If this alcohol does have this kind of effect, then you can imagine this. When you say I am this body and I am husband and I am the owner of this house and I am a mother, etc., that is the wine of ignorance that is continuously happening. And so constantly, the morning till evening, the wine of ignorance is affecting the person. And so that is the ego. And from that ego arises anger, greed, deceit, and pride. And then if somebody disturbs that ego, then the pride will come in. Why did you do this to me? Get away, etc. So the kashais. And so then it spreads more seeds of violence and more seeds of kashais only. And so then the account is formed with that other person, and that account again is in the form of a causal body, and it is through bhav intentions, and then in the next life, that is taken as a revenge. If there is very heavy kashai, then he will become a murderer. So the body is the one that does the killing, but the self is pure even in a murderer. As capital self is absolutely pure even in a murderer. And so then, so when the alcohol of the businessman goes away, then he realizes who he is, and then he comes back to the reality of the self. In the same way, when the alcohol of illusion goes away, the illusory knowledge, the alcohol of wrong belief goes away, then the S capital self prevails within, and it rises high within. How do I know that I am pure soul? What is the level of I am pure soul? The level of pure soul means it is not a new thing. The wrong knowledge is called I am over. Wrong knowledge is I am over, and the right knowledge is I am pure soul. That's all. When there is through ignorance, the anger, greed, deceit, and pride arises. And through knowledge, anger, deceit, and pride melt away, go away. In every event, in every circumstance, if one is aware of who am I, then he is free completely. And that is called awakened awareness. No matter what is happening to Uva or Nada, when you have your awakened awareness of who am I in this, you are free. That is the awakened awareness. That is liberation. And that is, and yes, there will not be big firecrackers and big beautiful lights flying inside and all kinds of glorious lights, etc. No, when you are free from your sense of doership, that I am doing this, or this is my body, then you become free from it. That means you come to who you really are. If the body is eating, then you should have the awareness of what the body is eating. When the body is speaking, you should have the awareness of what the body is speaking. When the body is thinking, you should have the awareness of what the body is thinking. The awareness, the body is thinking, I am not doing the thinking. The body is talking, I am not doing the talking. Next, how do I know that I have received moksha? Deepakbhai says moksha is in 2 stages. And when you become engaged with a girl, do you not know for sure that you are engaged now? When they give you, in India, they give you a coconut covered with red cloth, and they put a little red spot on your thing, and they give you a few little money, and they say, okay, now you're engaged to my daughter. And so the first moksha is this engagement with that means you become free from all pains of the body, mind, speech, and body. That is the first moksha. The first moksha happens right here in this world, in this body. How does it feel? You keep on seeing Sirish separate from you. The gentleman's name is Sirish. Keep seeing Uwe as separate from you, and keep seeing the ego of Uwe separate from you. And so, if the intellect has done good work, intellect of Uwe has done good work, then see that the intellect has done good work. Don't say that I have done the good work. That is your awareness. That is the awareness. Atma means pure knowledge and pure vision. That's all. And when impure knowledge and impure vision means this world and this worldly interactions. Anatma, Atma and Anatma, non-self. The non-self has got the incomplete knowledge, incomplete vision. The critical thing is where you are. Are you in Gnan or are you in Agnan? Are you in Gnan or are you in Agnan? It says if you are in Gnan, in the S capital self, then you are the pure soul. The Gnan is the awareness of what is happening to Uwe, Nada or Jeff. This is the awareness. And you see, now if you go to a field, if you go to a, if you are a, see, if you are a farmer, then you say, aha, the farmer is farming. You see, the farmer is on the farm, he is farming. I am simply seeing this person who is the farmer. You see, if you keep on seeing this person who is the farmer, you're not the farmer. This Sirish is the farmer. You see. In other words, remain in the 5 agnas of Dadashri. That's all. Next one, Jasubhai Gandhi. Next one is a second gentleman who is also announced, Anmol Soni. Then third one from Mumbai, Malad, a suburb of Mumbai, Bombay. Speak up, sir. Jai Gnani Deepakbhai. I've come to Satsang for a long time. I have made the firm determination to remain in the awakened awareness of the self and in the 5 agnas. Do you do Charan Vidhi? I do it sometimes, but sometimes I miss out. Are you coming to Satsang Shibirs? Yes. I used to come and then I stopped coming. Then why don't you come again? You are here in this Shibir, isn't it? This you'll get a lot of power, energy, this capital self in this gathering. Whatever the programs are there, once the programs are arranged, you do not bother too much about where you're going to sit, where you're going to live and eat, and what you're going to eat for during this time. But do your necessary thing. Are you hurting anyone? Yes, sometimes I hurt through words. I hurt my neighbors. What about people at home? What about your wife? No, geez, why don't you focus on the wife now? It's very important. You want to, until the Shibir is over, start doing pratikraman for each one of the people that you've heard through your words. You see, you should see the mistakes of the ego and the lack of awareness. Once you come into the awareness, then you just focus on the awareness only. From morning till evening, just see who have you hurt. In the evening, who you have hurt, who are the people you have hurt around you. And then you see, then as you're doing these things, you will have plenty of time here. In between the satsangs, you will have time when you can really just kind of focus on the people that you have heard through your words, and then forget about the theme parks right now. Just attend the Samaik So if in the Samayiks, after doing the pratikramans openly, then after doing the pratikramans in your free time, then enter into the Samayik, and then continue this thing every day. You see, even when you are away from here, and then at home, try to see one VCD daily. VCD at home, one satsang program of Dada daily. Next one. And there are a lot of kashais in my mind. So how can I, and so I cannot remain in the awareness of separation. So what should I do? I have a lot of kashais. And the kashais a lot of happen through with my sister-in-law. I have negative feelings for my own sister-in-law who has brought me in Dada. I hurt her through my mind. She is not hurting you, then why should you continue to have negativities towards your sister-in-law? But I still see the negativities in her. After a while, are you able to see that you are wrong? Now you're away from home. You're not. Now your sister-in-law is not around here. So now are you not free for these 5 days? My sister-in-law has sent me here. She says you go. Now why don't you start pratikramans? Start pratikramans. Take each and every negativity that arises for you, and see, he is very good, but I still see negative within him. You must have some kind of an ego within you. That is why you must feel that you are somehow superior to her. You think that you think somehow that you are better than others. You see, if you rise high, if your ego rises higher in front of her, then you will go lower in the S capital self. You need to see the positive within your bhabi or in your sister-in-law. You need to. I think I've just lost over. Let me try to catch. Let me try to connect with Uva again here. We're trying to.
Uva is not available right now, so please leave a message. He will call.
So I'll wait for Uva to call me now because he's. And just for 5 days, you just say that I want to have tremendous energies of the self within me. I want to be in the 5 agnas of the Gnani Purush. There is Uva. Uva?
Okay, I'm back.
Okay. Alright, so when these activities are going on in large gatherings of Mahatmas, then those who are helping in the work of Akram Vignan, then you used to get the ego rises in negativities towards them also. But make sure in this large gathering you do not see anyone at fault at all. Will that be okay for you? Will you like that? So make sure that you do not see the fault of anyone, that you see the pure soul of everyone who is attending this Janmajayanti celebration. For these 5 days, you want to see the pure soul of each and everyone who comes across you. Let us do a very beautiful vidhi now. So Deepakbhai is now going into the vidhi portion. I surrender the mind, speech and body, all illusions associated with my name, Maranamni Sarva Maya, Bhav Karma, Charge Karma, Dravya Karma, Subtle Discharge Karma, yellow glasses, No Karma, Gross Discharge Karma, Hey Dada Bhagwan, Absolute Self within me, you are the manifest one. I surrender all of these unto your divine feet, the absolute manifest self within me. I am pure soul, Shuddhat Machum, 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 Shuddhat Shuddhatma Chum Shuddhatma Shuddhatma Chum Shuddhatma Chum Shuddhatma Chum Shuddhat. I'm pure soul, I'm pure soul, I'm pure soul, I am pure soul, I am pure soul, I am pure soul. Shuddhatma Chum Shuddhatma Chum Shuddhatma Shuddh. Ich bin reine Seele, 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 ich bin reine Seele. Shuddhatma Chum 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 Shuddhatma Shuddhatma Chum Shuddhatma Shuddhatma Chum Shuddhatma Chum Shuddhat Chum Shuddhatma Chum Shuddhatma Chum Shuddhatma Shuddhatma Chum Shuddhatma Chum Shuddhat Chum Shuddhatma Chum Shuddhatma. Jai Sachidanand, Jai Sachidanand says the Jai Sachidanand says the Papa. Jai Sachidanand Shuddhatma Bhagavan. Remain in the awareness of the pure self and see the pure soul in everyone as you go about today. And do not find faults with anyone, and fill up the energy of the S capital self. Jai Sachidanand, Jai Sachidanand. Okay, so they're just announcing the next satsang. They're just announcing the next satsang. We already have that, so we'll be back there at that time. We will continue with me and let us save this satsang. Jai Sachidanand.